Okay, hey y'all, part two. So now all of our parts are clean, some are drying, and we're going to begin making the lid for solar oven. We're making the lid that's going to fit inside this area of the cooler. There's a small lip right here that it's going to rest on with these curved edges. And so we're going to cut a piece of cardboard that will fit into this box and rest on the lip. And so I'm going to begin to measure this box from the wall over to this wall. And that comes in at 19.35 inches and in length. And I'll bring it back, do it this way actually, just for clarity. And this is exactly 12 inches. Okay. I have a pen somewhere that I will use to write these down so we don't forget. So we have 19.35 inches in length. And we have exactly 12 inches or 1 foot in width. And so what we're going to do with this, I'm going to get on my knees slowly, do a lot of gardening, is measure from edge. Let's see. So an edge here. We want it to fit snugly inside so that the baking is able to happen. Secure, and so heat can build without escaping, because we're trying to make the most efficient oven that we can. At the same time, we're also doing a science project and are not professionals, and are making it out of cardboard and using newspaper as insulation, so a little bit of imperfection will also be fine. It can go under the reasons why this experiment might not have been as successful as it could have been. So 1, 2, 3.5. Okay. So this is going to be the line that we cut on. And then we're going to do 12 inches. And this is going to be the line that we cut on. Cool. Here's our right angle. We're going to do it from this edge to there, from here to here. Now we're going to begin cutting. So we have this other section that does not need to be on here. So this is the first thing that I will remove. Luckily for us, it's pretty much identical, and so if we mess up the first one and are unable to fix it, we have extra cardboard. Some of the benefit about using cardboard is that it's a waste material in most people's eyes, but it's also an essential part of our very waste-oriented society, so there's plenty of it for us to play around with. Remove this tape. Could have been more organized and had like a trash can next to me, so it was really responsible, but I will clean up this garbage. Move it on both sides. The thing that's awesome about solar ovens is that, like I said, you can make them anywhere, and the style can change to fit either the materials you have or the need that you're trying to fill. Maybe based on cultural foods, available foods, amount of food, amount of people you're trying to feed, amount of time you have to prepare the meal, a variety of different factors. In different climates, so it'll take different amounts of time to reach like sort of optimal temperature, which can range anywhere from 100 degrees over a long period of time, 200 degrees, and upwards of 3, even 400 degrees in the right, on the right day with the right environmental circumstances, and the right design. Here we go. Here's our box. I think the thing to do now, other than wipe out the water, is to see how it fits into our box. Okay. So you made it 19.5 when it was really 19.35. Which I don't know if I mentioned. I made it a little bit big so we could cut it down to size because you can easily cut things off. It's nearly impossible to add things back on. So the thing to do, although it looks to me like if we curve the edges up, we'll be able to fit it in snugly, which will be nice. So I'm going to do a sort of, that's another reason that cardboard is really good to work with. If we were making a wooden frame, which would be very durable, we would have to use much more sophisticated tools, much more expensive tools, and expel a lot more energy in order to create this box. And so using tools that are easy to work with and accessible for all different types of people, I think, is ideal in many circumstances. Okay, so this side's cut in. Wow, and that looks like it's going to be really nice. Okay, so see, now we have a snug lid. Yay! What we're going to do is place a pane of glass. And that's going to fit perfectly as well. So what we're going to do with the cardboard is cut out a section that will allow the glass. We'll cut out a section of cardboard that will allow the sun's radiation to pass through the glass into the box to heat it up and to allow direct radiation onto our whatever cooking material that we're using, whether it be a pan or a dish or a little pot for rice. And so the next step is going to be to take the cardboard out and measure a square for the glass. So I'm going to remove this. Bring it back to our work table. Lay the glass, which we found fits perfectly inside the cooler. Funny how things work out. For the record, we did not buy in any of these materials except for a little bit of the spray paint that we're going to use later. And so, pretty cool. I'm going to mark where the glass ends. Marked on either side. And it goes all the way to the edge, so I'm just going to allow a small amount for structural support inside, and it'll also keep it more tightly insulated. And so from here, it's actually on this line and on this line, which is nice as far as using knife stuff. That's the end of the glass, and so we're going to want to go in before and up to about equal distance. So we did this line right here. We'll want to do about that same distance, one, which is a little over an inch in from this side. So we'll do something up like here. Again, about an inch, something like there. So we went in 4. For symmetry's sake, we'll 1, 2, 3, 4 again. We'll extend this line down. 4. If you're doing this at home, be careful with a knife. Have someone supervise you. Do it with friends. It's more fun. See, I went over 5 actually. So take your time. I'm going a little quickly, but I don't know if you'll fine about it. What you want to take care with is that you don't break the cardboard. Like I said, we have an extra piece, and cardboard is very readily available. But eventually you're going to have a non-broken product, so it might as well be the first one you do. There's an awesome movie that I put a link on my Facebook page to called Burning in the Sun, and it's a movie about a group of young solar entrepreneurs in Mali, in Africa, and they are working on solar panels for their schools, and one of the projects they did as a community was to make solar boxes. And so I just thought that was really inspiring and an example on how technology can be used to improve the lives of people. Traditionally, right now, they use wood, and they do it in enclosed small buildings, and lots of women die from asphyxiation. Their children are around that and have asthma as a result, in addition to the amount of environmental damage they do by cutting down the trees to use for wood for cooking, which is limiting shade, increasing soil erosion, limiting the amount of carbon that's able to be sequestered. Many other side effects.